Hi my dear friends, today I have a special guest here on the video. Maybe I will have two, I don't know, the one is still thinking about joining or not. I want to thank you before I continue for taking a few minutes to listen to this video. Time is everything, so I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. If you're watching this first time, maybe you're wondering, who is this lady? Why is she black and white? What is this gonna be all about? My name is Silvija Popovic. I'm a mindset and a business strategist, a TV host of the Boss Talk show where we interview successful entrepreneurs on their story. What I love to do, I help leaders overcome their fears so that they can penetrate new market with the services and a product. And basically, lately I started to share more stories that not so many people know. And if you didn't have a chance to check my stories, check them out on my Facebook or my Instagram or my LinkedIn. Okay, anyway, as you can see, someone wants to come here. Let me tell you a story that made me a leader who I am today. Let me tell you a story that actually, the point of this story is that you see, no matter what you are going through in life, that things can always be worse, that you never know when you meet someone, what is that person carrying in their soul. So many of my business friends, many of my business partners say, you know, you're so strong, you're so bold, you always know what to do. And I said, you know, thank you, that's a very big compliment, but also a lot of responsibility come with that. So let me tell you a story that actually, one of the biggest stories that shaped my life. As I was living in Croatia as a child, and it was 1991, I remember that my dad would take me and my brother, and he would say, you know, imagine like something fall down and you need to hide yourself. So I was like hiding myself under the bed, and then he would take us to a forest where he was training us like someone is chasing us, and I was not aware of what is actually happening there. And I keep hearing this word war, and my mom started become more worried, and you know, my brother and me, we were alone a lot of times at home. And at some point, I ended up being in a car, and I will never forget that day. I was in the car and my mom was crying a lot. So basically, my brother and me, because the national war in Croatia started, my brother and me, we were sent to our aunt in Germany because my parents were really scared that we might lose life because the situation was very, very hard there. So I will never forget, I was, you know, keep turning around and waving my mom and kind of being happy, you know, I'm going to traveling somewhere. I'm going to see another country. Because from the moment I was like 3-4 years old, whoever would come to house, I was like, yeah, I want to go with you. I want to see the world. Once I'm going to tell you a story about the gypsy. Anyway, so basically I was in Germany with my brother for a few months, and that was one of the hardest months in my life as a child, because I didn't know his mom alive. I didn't know his dad alive. And my aunt and my uncle, they were really doing their best, you know, to give us everything that we need. But you know how it is. Parents are always parents. There's only one mom and there's only one dad. So finally, one day, the phone was ringing, and that was my mom. And getting emotional here, even after 20 and something years. So basically, my mom called. And one of the first questions as a child that I asked my mom, I said, Mom, can you please send me my bear, my brown bear? Because from all of the toys that I had as a child, and I really had a lot, the only thing that matters was a brown bear, little brown bear that was so old. And you know how probably your kid has, you know, some special toy that it's like all ready to throw in the garbage. So that was my brown bear. And I said to my mom, Mom, can you please send me my brown bear? And she paused. And I felt it that she's crying. And I said, Mom, can you please send me my brown bear? And she said, I cannot. And I said, why? She said, I just cannot. I cannot reach out to your brown bear. And I said, okay, Mom, can you send me that hair clip that I had, you know, the green one? I love them. Can you send me that? can you send me my doll that my grandma bought me? And she was crying and crying, and I was not realizing what is happening. And then listening all the news in the Germany about war in Croatia, at one point, my dad came to visit us. And I will never forget what he said. He said, my daughter, I need your help. And I was like, okay, I was like 7, I was 6.5, 7. And my dad took me in the bathroom and he started dressing off. And I was like, what is happening here? And he showed me that he was shot on the 2 places, and it was one of the back, and he could not take care of that wound. So I was there as a child, having this huge responsibility to help my dad. But I was so proud of myself. My big dad asked me to do something. So to make long story short, I kind of was missing my bear for a long years. And, the war finished and our house was totally destroyed. When we came back to our city, it was very painful to see all my toys. After 5 years under the grass, there was a tree. There was a tree growing on the places where our house was. And I helped my dad to build a house and helped my parents, my brother as well. But, kind of in the soul, when you lose something so precious and there's no explanation for that, my soul was always searching for my bear. So a bear became a symbol of freedom. Bear became a symbol of hope. A bear for me became a symbol of everything that I lost and then I found. So a few years ago, I decided not to resist anymore this need to have a bear and to be okay with that. I'm an adult woman now, and it's like, why would an adult woman need a bear? But I knew in my heart what this bear means to me. So a few years ago in Germany, I bought myself this huge, this huge white bear that I'm still sleeping with, yes. And how every painful experience can actually become a victory, even when you don't tell a story like this to anyone. God has a mysterious way to make you happy if you really don't give up, if you try to find a joy in every pain. So after the war was over, a lot of people are still from every country. They're so, hating each other, and they're trying to kind of, tell what will really happen. I would say, war didn't brought anyone anything good. I see thousands and thousands of people suffering, being financially unstable in every country. And I said, you know what? If that war didn't happen, maybe I would not know that I'm here on this planet to bring peace through my services, to everything that I do. It really doesn't matter what I do. It's just like, I want to be that bridge for people. So recently, I visited one of a dear friend who actually helped me to get all this trauma and to heal this wounds that I had. And her name is Naomi Susan Isaac. And she had a box and she said, this is a giveaway. If you want to take anything, just take. And guess what? In the most safe place that I have when it comes to friendship, my Naomi, in her house, in the heart of her kitchen, in that old box, I found a brown bear that is 99% like the bear that I had when I was a child, and that actually was destroyed by a bomb when the bomb hit our house. So I started to crying. I said to her, you don't even know what this means to me. And she was, of course, happy when she saw me happy. So now I have this bear and a big bear. But the moral of the story is this. The meaning that we give in situations that happens in our life, it really depends on us. I could be bitter, I could be full of hate, I could say, what the enemies did to me, I lost the childhood. I said, yes, you know what? That war and losing my bear as a symbol of losing my childhood did happen. I cannot deny that. But I can, every time when I see a bear, even on a piece of paper, when someone is wearing a t-shirt with a bear, I'm like, you know what? Look at me today. I went through all that, and I still believe in people. I still believe that there's going to be a peace in every country where there's a war. I still believe that God has a big plan for us. So if you're suffering for any emotional wound, it doesn't have to be war. It can be something really that you think like, hey, you know what? I just cannot leave that. That was unfair. Life is unfortunately unfair. And the fact that you don't eat lions, it doesn't mean that lion will not eat you. So remember this story. Ask yourself, what is your bear? What is the thing that you lost and that you kind of still suffering that is disempowering you? As long as you don't find a positive meaning of that, the past has the power over you. I decided to be free. I decided to say every time when I see my bears, and every time when I see bears, I am free, I am woman of peace, I am woman of joy, and I want the same for you. So have a blessed day, and thank you so much for taking time to watching this. Put it in the comment. How did you overcome, things that was really, really painful in your heart? How did you overcome? Are you still, suffering there? Or did you find also some good positive thoughts that kind of pull you out and say, hey, you know what, that's actually good that happened? Tell me, write me in a comment. I cannot wait to read that. Have a good day and God bless. Thank you.